Hello, my beautiful souls. My name is Jennifer Walker Zen, and I'm a psychic intuitive. So I'm going to be talking to you today about this solar eclipse coming up October 2nd, 2024, which occurs in the sign of Virgo. Sometimes this particular eclipse is called the Ring of Fire. This solar eclipse on Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024 will be visible from parts of South America, the Pacific Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean, and Antarctica. But regardless of whether you can see this eclipse or not, it has an effect on the whole world. So, and the reason why is because eclipse energy affects everybody, all right? And this particular eclipse is going to be very powerful. And why is that? Because there are certain aspects on this eclipse, okay? So, and let's talk about some of the aspects of this, the planets on this eclipse. Jupiter being one, which is representing abundance and blessings. Saturn, delays, sorrow, right? And restrictions. And also Mars is involved with this. So like a lot of energy, fighting, being impulsive, right? Wanting to get stuff done. Come on, let's go, you know, that kind of energy. And then also Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. So the planet Mercury is to deal with communication, thought, expression. It also is associated with learning and curiosity and adaptability. Mercury's position in the sky is also said to influence how people think, talk, and express themselves. So if you don't want to interact with people during the next 3 to 6 months, I mean, so definitely need to know about this energy, right? So in astrology, a solar eclipse is considered a powerful and significant event, often associated with change and transformation. Solar eclipses typically occur during a new moon, which is associated with new beginnings and setting intentions. Astrologically, this is a poignant time for starting new projects, setting goals, and making significant changes in your life. And eclipses can bring hidden or subconscious issues to the surface. They might reveal something that has been previously obscured or highlight an area in your life that needs some attention or adjustment. Just as they signal a new beginning, eclipses can also mark the end of a cycle. So as you guys always tell you guys, like it's like the cross between like the Tower card and the Death card energy. It's going to bring some kind of change, and obviously change can be upsetting at times for us. So with this conclusion of this situation in your life, it brings in opportunity. So even though we're going to have some type of change in our lives, maybe even some kind of ending, it will bring brand new opportunities. So that's the silver lining in the clouds here, the silver lining in this situation, okay? Depending on where your chart, we're going to see where it is in your chart in a minute. We're going to look at the all signs. So you can check your rising sign, you can check your sun sign here, okay, with this particular aspect, okay, because it is involving the sun. Eclipses are often seen as a time of intense energy. They can act as a catalyst for major shifts or transformations, urging you to reevaluate and make necessary changes. The impact of a solar eclipse can be varying depending on which house and area that falls in your chart in your life, okay? Solar eclipses are also believed to influence global events and reflect shifting in collective consciousness or social trends. So considering the fact that Mars and Saturn and all these planets that are interacting with this particular solar eclipse, I mean, on a global scale, definitely there's going to be, and if we're just going to get into, first we'll get into like what exactly the sun represents, but yeah, I mean, you know, the sun represents our political leaders and stuff. So, and we got Mars, and then also the sun represents health and healing. I mean, there's definitely going to be some big changes here around that, okay? So with this eclipse being a solar eclipse, let's talk about the sun for you in your chart. The sun is a vital factor in determining a person's, you know, future and considering a representation of their light, their brightness, the soul. This is also affecting your ego, your willpower, your sense of self. So like your confidence level, guys. So, you know, something can trigger that. And it's like, you know how like I give the example a lot of times on my channel about the Knight of Swords, like kind of think about it like that. It's like someone says something offensive, it triggers you, right? It triggers that ego, and it's like you have to say something in return, right? There you go. That's the ego there. The sun also symbolizes leadership, authority, and power, like I said. So we know that the eclipse energy affects everyone. Obviously, it's going to affect us on a global scale. And that's very interesting that this is going to be interacting or affecting leadership and authority and power, right? And government. So that's very interesting. The sun is said to represent father figures, so it could affect fathers, all right? The sun is also representing health, bones, eyesight, immunity, and your heart. So with this eclipse taking place in the sign of Virgo, it will amplify the traits of Virgo. So let's talk about what that means. And whatever house it is in your chart, it will help you see the finer details that you may not have seen about your situation before. It will help you think more deeply about whatever house that eclipse takes place in your chart. You will also may have a sense that you're able to accomplish things quicker or see the solutions in a problem that you didn't see before. On the negative side, however, it could make you overly critical of yourself and others and make you overthink things. Okay, so be aware of that, guys. Be cognizant of the fact that, yes, you may be more worried about things, may overthink things, you know, like a lot of that kind of energy coming up here in this eclipse. The Virgo energy is known as, it's very meticulous to attention and detail, and it has the ability to notice what others might miss. So there may have been things in the past, and whatever house this is in your chart, details that you may have missed, but now with the Virgo energy helping with this change and helping you to lay the groundwork on that, you're now going to have those answers revealed to you. So that's a good sign, right? It's a good thing. So now let's go to our first sign, which is Aries. We're on Aries now. Where is it? Aries. So Aries, how is this solar eclipse going to be affecting you? And if you guys want a synopsis of how, I felt like I was getting really repetitive in the last video of this is Pisces, let's go over this again, and I don't want to be repetitive. So if you want to go more into what the Virgo sign is and all those kinds of details, go to the intro of this video, okay? So let's talk about Aries now. This eclipse influences your 6th house of health, work, and daily routines. So how could this potentially be affecting you? Well, there may be opportunities to improve your health and to establish better habits, because remember, the 6th house is about routines. So it could help you get more on routine, more structured in that area. It could also give you possible change in your workplace or job responsibilities. So my advice to you is to focus on self-care and organization, and to be cautious of any misunderstandings with colleagues. Okay, my beautiful Aries, now we're going to move on to our Tauruses. Okay, Tauruses, and again, if you guys like it this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. So Taurus, as I said to Aries, I'm not going to go back over about what Virgo is, what Sun represents, and all those kinds of things. I did do an intro to that, so if you want to check that out, you can go to the intro of the video to get more details about that. So the eclipse affects your 5th house of creativity, romance, and children, okay? So what could be the potential effects for you guys in this house? It enhances your creativity and your inspiration, and also the definitely silver lining about this is it may give you new developments in romantic relationships, or there could be some children on the horizon for you guys, okay? So if you're interested in that. And also could make you think about new projects and being more creative too, because remember, 5th house is all about what we create, right? So, and also it's the house of astrology too, so it may, and mantras, so it may put more interest in that area. So your advice is pursue creative projects and exercise caution with investments. Yes, 5th house is also a house of investments, okay? And avoid impulsive decisions, because we're talking about the eclipse energy. You may be looking at the details, but overthink it because of the Virgo energy and be impulsive in your decision making and may make a wrong move in investment. So be careful about this time period. Okay, so now we have Gemini. And Gemini, again, I'm not going to go back into about Virgo and what Virgo represents, what the sun represents. I'm just going to talk to you about, it's going to be in your 4th house, okay? And this house represents home, family, inner peace, and also your mother, okay? So what are the potential effects of this house for you, Gemini? There could be changes in your living situation or your family dynamics. And also, you could have a desire to create a more harmonious home environment. So you could do like home repairs, home renovations, stuff like that. You could even purchase a vehicle at this time, or even, you could be looking into real estate. Okay, so something involving real estate here. So your advice is to remember, we're dealing with the Virgo energy, so it could give you details that you may not have seen before in these areas, but it also could make you overly critical in these areas too. So it's something you have to be careful about. So you want to make sure that you address family matters with compassion, and before considering any home improvements, that you make sure that it promotes comfort, okay? And you're really cognizant of anything you're getting involved with home improvements, and you really look at the details, the finer details, okay? All right, my beautiful Geminis. If you guys like it this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. Actually, I should have had Geminis up there. Sorry about that. Now we're moving on to our Cancers. Okay. So we're on our Cancers now, and the eclipse activates your 3rd house of communication, learning, siblings. Also, this is the house of willpower, so this is very interesting, and media, and short distance travel. So what are the potential effects that could happen with you, Cancer? Well, there are opportunities for learning new skills, taking short trips, okay, and improving your communication with siblings and close relatives, okay? So, and also could make you feel like a more brave to take more risks, okay? But also remember, we're dealing with a Virgo energy, so try not to overanalyze situations, okay? And there may be some situations where you didn't have the details, which now you're going to have the information, because Virgo gets to the bottom of the matter. It's like it really looks at the problem and has the solutions. So you may have some solutions there that you didn't have before, okay? All right, and so my advice for you guys is to engage in activities that stimulate your mind, that practice mindful communication to avoid any miscommunications or understandings, okay? So that's because that's the 3rd house of communication and media, all right? All right, my beautiful Cancers, if you guys look at this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so now we're on our Leos. Okay, let's take a look here, Leo. So Leo, again, if you want to know more information about what Virgo is, what the sun is, how the solar eclipse changes things in our lives, I did have an intro to this video about that. So if you are interested in more information around that area, you can go to the intro of this video. So let's talk about what house this is in for you, Leo. This is the 2nd house of finances, self-worth, and family, and also things you eat, okay? So the potential effects here are an increase in income, changes in financial status, and a reevaluation of personal values and priorities. Okay, so this is actually good for you guys, right? Remember, with the Virgo energy, you guys are going to be able to see the finer details that maybe you missed before. Okay, but try not to overthink things. So you really want to be careful also when evaluating your finances or reevaluating priorities around this, that you really look at the finer details. Okay, so your advice here is to manage your finances wisely, to reflect on what you truly brings you security and satisfaction, and being careful of family conflicts. All right, my beautiful Leos, if you guys like it this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so now we're moving on to our Virgo. All right, so Virgos. Wow, you guys, it's going to be on your 1st house, okay? So this eclipse is going to occur in your 1st house of self-identity, okay? So What does that mean? It means that you're going to re-examine what's going on, maybe your personality or maybe some inner changes, but some things are going to change within you, or you're going to want to change some things within you. Be careful though of overthinking this, because also that Virgo energy can make us overthink and overanalyze things, okay? But also there may be some self-discoveries of yourself, some answers that you didn't have before, and with Virgo energy is going to allow you to analyze and get those details, those answers that you didn't see before. So the potential effects could be significant personal transformational change and a desire to refine your image or your pursuit for a new personal goal. So your advice here is to embrace self-improvement initiatives and be mindful of over-critical tendencies toward yourself, okay? All right, my beautiful Virgos, I love you guys so much. If you guys look at this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our Libras. We're on Libras now. So again, Libra, I'm gonna say that if you want more details about exactly what a Virgo is, exactly what the sun represents, and what the exact things eclipses do, I did put that in the intro of this video, but I'm just going to talk about specifically how is this affecting you, okay? Finer details of this, which is also Virgo energy, looking at the finer details. So this is taking place in your 12th house of spirituality and the subconscious mind, okay? So, and also it could affect dreams. So you guys may get some profound like aha moments, like the Ace of Swords energy, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, and you're going to get some details from the subconscious mind. Some things may come up from the past here that could make you overanalyze or overthink things. You could have, and well, let's talk about the potential effects here. You could have heightened intuition and more interest in spiritual pursuits, maybe even doing a little bit more research, diving deeper on this. This also may help you to, and may trigger emotional things to come to the surface. Remember that the eclipse energy brings things from the subconscious mind, and the 12th house is all about the subconscious mind, okay? But it's it's considered the house of loss, right? But that's also why it's considered the house of loss and why it's such a spiritual house. It's because you're surrendering to that and you're releasing. Right? I don't know if I ever told you guys, I'm sure I've told some of you guys about this, but I remember I had this situation where I had to forgive, and I had this calling to forgive, and I did, and I released it. I remember I felt the energy release. So we don't realize that a lot of times with our pain and our hurt, we stuff that down and we're putting it in different places energetically, and these are good time periods for us to cleanse that. So this is a good time for you to possibly release past emotional baggage. So your advice is to allocate time for solitude and meditation and avoiding new ventures during this period, okay? New material ventures, because we're talking about the 12th house of loss. So, and this is more of a time for you guys for meditation, for contemplation, of isolation, like the Hermit card energy, giving yourselves that time alone. All right, my beautiful my beautiful Libras. I'm about to say Pisces because I'm talking about Pisces sign right there. But all right, my beautiful Libras, we're now on Scorpio. All right, so, and again, if you guys look at this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. All right, my beautiful Scorpios. Now, if you wanted more of a synopsis of what exactly Virgo is, what the sun means, and how this eclipse is, I did do an intro to this video, so you can go check that part out of this video, but I'm gonna get to the finer details of how exactly it affects you, okay? So this is a great positioning, Scorpio, and let me tell you why. This eclipse energy is going to influence your 11th house of friendships, aspirations, and network circles, and let's not forget, this is also the house, the 11th house in astrology is the house of manifestation. So this is a great time, Scorpio, to manifest, okay? And to go after what you want, whatever your dreams, your desires are. So this could, your potential effects around this is, this can bring new connections or changes within social circles. It may help you to reevaluate your long-term goals. And as I said, it's a good placement for manifestation. So if you're trying to manifest something here, Scorpio, this is your time, okay? And your advice here is don't miss any network opportunities, okay? So if you have a chance to network and socialize with people, go do it, okay? Also, since it is the house of charity with the 11th house, remember, think about nonprofits. If you can have the ability to help other people in your network circle, that in turn will help you fulfill your desires. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so network with like-minded individuals. Stay clear of conflicts by communicating openly. So be straightforward, honest in your integrity and your intentions when it comes to dealing with your network circles, because you don't want any kind of misunderstandings, because we're talking about Mercury here in this placement, okay? And Virgo, which could be overanalyzing or criticizing. So be careful about that. Stay clear of that, Scorpio. All right, my beautiful Scorpios, if you guys like it this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. All right, now we're going to move on to our Sagittariuses. Okay, we're on Sagittarius now. All right, and Sagittarius, again, I'm not going to, I'm going to repeat myself, I know, but instead of going like I did last video, I went into okay, this is what Pisces means. Okay, so in this case scenario, if you want to know specifics about Virgo, the sign of Virgo, and this way this solar eclipse is affecting, and what the sun means, and the finer details of that, it's in the beginning of this video. So go back to the beginning of this video and you can get those details about that. And also, so we're going to look at the finer details, exactly what's going on with Sagittarius. This is in your career house and your public image. So obviously it's going to be affecting your career specifically, okay? So what is the potential effects around this? Okay, so this was going to bring you opportunities for career advancement or shifts in a professional direction. It could also increase your recognition for your efforts, okay? So your advice is to reflect on career goals and your public persona and avoid hasty decisions regarding job changes. All right, my beautiful Sagittarius, this is a good, definitely a good eclipse for you guys, so congratulations. And I love you guys so much. If you guys like it this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so now we're going to be on our Capricorns. We're on Capricorns now. All right, Capricorns, if you guys want to find out the finer details about this eclipse, about the where it's going to be, showing up, and about the Virgo energy and about Mercury and about the planets that it's affecting and all those kinds of things, I did put that in the beginning of this video, so go back and watch the intro of this video, but I'm going to get down to the specifics of how this is going to affect you. Okay, so the eclipse is in your 9th house of higher learning and spirituality. Now, the potential effects around this is you guys are going to gain more interest in higher education and or spiritual exploration. You're going to want to pursue more spiritual things, maybe guru, okay, long distance travel, those kinds of things. So there's definitely a lot of potential for long distance travel and a lot of things dealing with maybe a different philosophy, spiritual philosophy, maybe discovering something, maybe seeing some kind of finer details around that area that you didn't notice before, because we're dealing with the Virgo energy. But try not to overthink this, okay? Because that's also the issue with the Virgo energy. Sometimes you can get too many details, and then there's like a critical aspect of feeling worried and overthinking. So just try to avoid that. So your advice is to pursue educational or spiritual activities, to keep an open mind to new philosophies. All right, my beautiful Capricorns. We're now on our Aquariuses. Okay, so Aquarius, I put the details of what Virgo is, what the sun is, and how it represents, and what it means for us when it comes to this solar eclipse. But I'm just going to talk about the finer details of how this solar eclipse is going to affect you. If you want more details about the exacts of what's going on with the solar eclipse and how it's affecting everyone, go to the beginning of this video. I did an intro on that, okay? So this Aquarius is going to be in your 8th house. Wow, 8th house of transformational change. And let's talk about the 8th house, okay? That's occult knowledge, okay? That's secrets, that's surgeries, okay? There's definitely some stuff that may be coming to the surface. Also, it's the house of passion, okay? Keep that in mind. So secret affairs and stuff like that, okay? So what are the potential effects? It could give you deep personal insights and emotional healing because it's the house of transformational change. Remember that the Scorpio house is like the phoenix. So it's like you go through some kind of change and then you rise above it. Okay, that's the Scorpio energy. And also, Scorpio energy is like a deep lake. So there's like a lot of soot and stuff down there. And what happens with the eclipse energy? It's gonna be like, ooh, let's bring this to the surface. Ooh, what's going on down here? Okay, let's bring this up. Let's bring this up. Okay, so there could be secrets or things coming to the surface. And also, as I said, like secrets, like affairs, or even, you may even feel like the urge to just go in more into research and discovering secrets and mysteries, okay? So it's a very interesting house. It's an occult house. It's also the house of tarot, by the way. Okay, so this could bring you, the effects could bring you deep personal insights and emotional healing. And also, it could bring you changes in financial arrangements, inheritance. So your advice around this is addressing your emotional issues honestly, and being careful about joint finances, okay? Because it does represent other people's money, in-laws, wills, okay, taxes, okay? So those kinds of issues can come up when this house is triggered, okay? All right, my beautiful Aquariuses, I love you guys so much. And if you guys like it this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to check your rising sign and your sun sign on this. Okay, so now we're on Pisces now. All right, Pisces, we're going to be looking at now, if you guys want the specifics about Virgo energy, about Mercury, and about the planets that are aspecting this or affecting this, because it's a very powerful eclipse because of the fact that there's other planets affecting this, go to the beginning of this video. I did do a more of a detailed understanding of it. I just wanted to just focus in right on you, okay, and give you the finer details, which is the Virgo energy. I'm giving you the finer details of how it's gonna affect you, okay? So this particular eclipse is going to be in your 7th house, okay? What is the 7th house? Okay, that deals with partnerships, relationships, and the public at large, okay? So what are the potential effects here? There could be potentially new developments in personal or business relationships, okay? And also you may discover some details you didn't know of before, because we're talking about Virgo energy. It like allows you to see some finer details that maybe you didn't notice before, okay? So you're gonna need to balance your personal needs and those of others, because remember, the 1st house is us, but the 7th house is other people. So this is directly like if you want to think about the internet's like the 7th house is like the house of the public, okay? So your advice here is to communicate openly with your partners and to be attentive to their perspectives to strengthen bonds, because remember, with the Virgo energy, the negative aspects of this can be being overcritical of our partners, right? Overcritical of our business partners, okay? So, and maybe even worrying or overthinking something. So be cognizant of that, okay, Pisces? All right, my beautiful darlings, I love you guys so much. If you guys like it this way, you want me to continue this way, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. I will see you guys in another day or two. Actually, the next reading that I'm bringing out is going to be your weekly, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon.